All right, what is scuba certification really? For whatever reason, you'll hear an endless variety of names for essentially the same thing. Scuba certification, open water certification, dive certified, dive qualified, scuba diving license, PADI certification, NAUI certification, your C card, your Cert card, and there's plenty more. If you get any of the above things, you're a scuba diver. And better yet, it's for life. It never expires. The actual definition is a scuba diver is certified to conditions that approximate their training conditions. But it's generally considered to a maximum of 60 feet with a dive buddy and on standard recreational scuba gear. Here's what scuba certification really is. Open water does not mean the ocean. It simply refers to conditions and a few little things, certain depths, and it basically means real world or not a pool. You can become scuba certified or open water certified in a lake, a river, a quarry, a spring. There's a million other things that are not the ocean. Scuba diving without scuba certification is not illegal. In most of the world, there are no laws regulating who can scuba dive. It's primarily industry regulated, meaning this: while it's not illegal to scuba dive, you won't be allowed into private parks. Most public parks have rules on this. A shop will not rent you gear, filled tanks. Charter boats won't let you on. Aquariums won't let you dive there. None of those things will happen without proof of scuba certification. No one's going to stop you from building a cannon and firing yourself out of it, but most people would like some training before they do that. And most people understand this, and this is generally not a problem. What about agencies? PADI, NAUI, SSI, SDI, CMOS, etc. There's tons more out there. These are recognized worldwide agencies that can issue certification cards. They're each required to be ISO compatible. It's actually a little ISO number that corresponds with each level of certification, like advanced and so on. But to be legit, they all have to meet those minimum standards. They often exceed those standards and may have different ways of implementing them. They each create their own learning materials, such as the textbook or the e-learning. Their instructors and professional leaders and dive masters have to adhere to. They're all effective, and each brings their own flavor to the same minimum standards and basic dive principles. Dive shops and facilities will usually choose the one that suits their individual business model and, of course, the regional needs. And for you, this one's huge. Each legit agency recognizes each other. So if you get certified with one, let's say you're open water, and you want to go get your advanced, and the other instructor, well, they're with a different agency, so no problem at all. They should recognize each other. So you can move up the ladder, and some people have 4, 5, 6 different agency cards for different levels of certification. There are some slight differences once you get to professional level, but even then there's usually a crossover. All right, so scuba certification has no expiration date. Correct. However, the industry standard requires divers to have a logged dive at least once every 6 months or twice a year, whichever. You can write it on a dive log book. You can show it on a dive computer if you can pull the logs up. There are a lot of apps out there that if you get NAUI certified, NAUI has an app, SSI has an app, PADI has an app, and then there are apps out there that really bridge them all together. One that I really love is the Buddy app. You can find me on there and add me. Either way though, as long as you record your dive logs, it shows two things. One, it shows your experience, and two, that you actually cared enough to record the dive logs. Some dive locations may require certain certification, and they want to see a recent dive or X amount of dives if it's a more advanced type of dive or something like that. If it's been a really long time, it's a good idea to take a refresher course. If it's been a really long time, might be a good idea just to go ahead and get recertified, go through the class again, get a fresh certification, new picture, new card, things like that. Certification card. Well, not always. Most places issue a physical certification ID card with your photo on it, or at least have that as an add-on option. Although recently, people are getting away from that. Modern agencies keep a digital record in case the card is lost and allow you to show proof from your smartphone or print a certificate from their website. Usually they have an app you can download that'll show it, or you can upload that to one of the other apps like the Buddy app I was talking about a minute ago. Contrary to popular belief, I personally still recommend getting a physical card from your instructor or shop, because some locations require you to leave it with staff while diving so they know when you come back, like some of the parks. Also, remote locations may have no cell service. Sometimes it just makes it easier, and I'll be honest, they're just kind of fun to have. So I suggest getting a card when possible. It's not a deal breaker though, so if it's an extra fee, don't worry about it. All right, so now you know what all of those words mean and all the boring stuff is out of the way. So let's jump to my next video where we talk about why you want to get scuba certified. That's a good one.